So this is going to be foam rolling, a muscle called your TFL. Your TFL is your tensor fascia lata. So it's called. It's kind of right where your pocket would be. So it's in the front, but ever so slightly on the side. That and the glute muscle make up your IT band. So it's kind of a hip flexor on the outside here. What you're going to do is you're going to get a foam roller, lay it down towards the edge. You're going to kind of rotate slightly sideways, not laying on your side, but even from this position, if I'm laying flat on it, I start to turn sideways. I feel a really tender spot there. That's the TFL. So you're going to kind of go up and down in this position. It's going to be kind of be right in that little divot of where your leg and hip kind of meet at the waist. So laying slightly on the side, moving around. If you can't quite find it, you can kind of Google TFL online. It'll show you roughly where that muscle is, so you can kind of see exactly where to find it. You're just going to go up and down on this spot for about a minute, and then you'll switch sides. This one's a lateral glute foam roll, so we're going to try to hit that glute medius, glute minimus area. So what you're going to do is you're going to lean over to the side, rolling over kind of to the outside superior, like the higher up part of that glute. You're going to grab the leg that you're doing it on and pull it up kind of towards your chest. You'll go rotate sideways, lean backwards, kind of move around a little bit. You should find a fairly tender spot. For me, it's a little more on the side. Yeah, about here. It might not be super tender. Sometimes it's really tender. You're just going to kind of go up and down in this area here for about a minute. You can kind of tip, turn, pull harder, lean, kind of find that little happy medium spot for about a minute. And you do the exact same thing on the other side. So these first three are going to be the same exercise, but just a different variation. I'm going to show you the lowest level and then a higher level. So maybe you've done these before. It's called the clamshell. If you have like a stretchy band, you can put it around your knees, but hips are kind of going to be at this angle. Feet are going to stay stacked. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be lifting up this leg. I want your hips in slight extension. Sorry. You kind of see here. I want your hips kind of in like slight extension, not flexed all the way open like this. Okay. You're going to be lifting the leg up and open like this. Again, you have a band around the knees. About 15 to 20 reps. If you don't have a band, you can even do it this way and still get a decent amount of work in. Okay, that's the easiest way. Second way, legs are going to be straight, laying on your side, and you can just do a straight lateral leg kick. I want your toe turned kind of slightly down into internal rotation. That's what it's called. And you're going to lift out this way. Okay. Kind of kicking straight sideways or ever so slightly behind you, not bringing the leg in front of you at all. Okay, about 10 to 15 reps of that on both sides. So the third variation of this one, I like this one the best. So you can just grab like a little weight, if you have a weight or some, I don't know, bag of rice, whatever you can kind of find. And you're going to stand on one leg, the other leg, the weight's just going to hang at the side. And you're going to be lifting out as high as you kind of can. This actually is going to be working both sides because the one side's got to stabilize and the other side is the moving side. Okay, if you kind of see it from the side, how I'm moving my leg, again, straight sideways or slightly behind you. You're not bringing the leg forward at all. About 10 to 15 reps, and you could switch sides on this one. This one's an adductor ball squeeze. So you're going to be working the inside of the thighs. You can grab a ball or something else if you can find that. What you're going to be doing is you're going to just be laying on your back, squeezing the legs together close to as hard as you can for about 5 to 8 seconds, and then you're going to release. Squeeze together as hard as you can for about 5 to 8 seconds, building up, so don't just go from relaxed to squeezing as hard as you can. Kind of gradually build up over the course of about 2-3 seconds to get to squeezing about as hard as you can, and then relax. You're going to do about 5 to 8 reps of this as you can tolerate. I'm sure you've done these before. These are just glute bridges. If you have a band and you want to put it around your knees and kind of force yourself to pull out a little bit, I would recommend that. You don't absolutely have to, but that's just going to engage the lateral glutes. If you don't have a band, that's fine. If you do have a band, I would recommend kind of doing that. But you're just going to kind of flatten your low back into the ground, so it's called a posterior pelvic tilt. Just going to kind of flatten that low back. You're going to be bridging up, pushing primarily through the heels, so you can kind of see my toes are off the ground here. Engaging the glutes at the top and slowly lowering back down, okay? This is the easier version. If this feels really simple after doing about 15 to 20 reps of this, then you're gonna go single leg, okay? Legs gonna be straight, same thing, flatten that low back, driving and really engaging the glute on that single leg, slowly lowering back down. 10 to 12 reps on each leg for this. So this is a seated straight leg raise. I'm just going to use this little yoga block here as a marker. I'm going to bend one leg up, trying to be fairly upright, resting on the back of my hands here. I'm going to squeeze my quad muscle. So I'm really trying to lock that leg out from this position. I'm going to lift up, bring the leg over, back down. Engage that quad, lift that leg back up, over, back down. I don't want you leaning back to try to get the leg up, so start with a low height one, just moving up and back over, really engaging and squeezing those quad muscles. If that becomes too easy, get a little bit of a higher surface, and lift. You should feel the quad firing and the hip flexor firing as well. About over and back would be one, so I'll do about 8 to 10 reps each leg on this. This one, to kind of put them all together, is called a hip circuit. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be on your hands and knees. So, nice flat back. Leg is going to be straight back like this, okay? What you're going to be doing is you're doing hip extension, so glute extension. Really squeezing that glute, kicking that leg back up. 10 of these. And you're going to go immediately to bending this leg. And you're going to do what's called a fire hydrant. So trying to keep the back relatively square. I'm not tipping and opening up like this. I'm really just using those lateral glute muscles. 10 of these. Then what you're going to do is you're going to reverse it, and you're going to do like circles. So you're going to do a clockwise circle and a backwards counterclockwise circle. So you can do 5 of each. So you're kicking back, out and around, bending the leg. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to reverse it. So you're going to go outside, kick back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll do both sides.